Forget the Eiffel Tower, who needs to see the Mona Lisa again? Put down that travel magazine pushing the same tired destinations. I'm here to let you in on a little secret, a place where the crowds haven't trampled the magic, where the air is thick with the scent of pine and peat, where stories linger in the ancient stones. This is Inverashri, and it's waiting for you. Nestled deep in the Scottish Highlands, Inverashri is a place that time forgot, or perhaps just chose to overlook. But that's our gain. This is a land of raw beauty, of towering mountains and shimmering lochs, where the only soundtrack is the wind whispering through the heather and the distant call of a lonely bird. This isn't some manufactured tourist trap. Inverashri is the real deal, a place where you can lose yourself in the majesty of nature, where the locals welcome you with a knowing smile and a wee dram of something warming. So pack your sense of adventure, your curiosity, and maybe an extra sweater or two. We're going to Inverashri. The Scottish Highlands. Just the name conjures images of untamed wilderness, of mist-shrouded peaks and valleys carved by glaciers long gone. And Inverashri sits right in the heart of it all. This is a landscape that takes your breath away, that makes you feel small and insignificant in the best way possible. Imagine standing on the shores of Loch Aviemore. The water so still it's like a mirror reflecting the sky. The air is crisp and clean, carrying the scent of pine and damp earth. Overhead, a hawk circles lazily, its shadow gliding across the hillside. From the towering peak of Ben Inver you can see for miles in every direction, a panorama of rolling hills, ancient forests, and winding rivers. It's enough to make you want to ditch the car, lace up your hiking boots, and get lost in the wilderness. Just watch out for the wild haggis. They say they roam these hills. Inverashri isn't just a pretty face. This land is steeped in history, every stone whispering tales of the past. Long before the Romans set foot on these shores, even before the pyramids rose from the sands of Egypt, people were living here, carving out a life in this rugged land. Take a wander through the ruins of Inverashri Castle, perched precariously on a rocky outcrop overlooking the village. Once a mighty stronghold, now a haunting reminder of battles fought and lives lived. Stand in the crumbling keep, close your eyes, and you can almost hear the clash of steel, the roar of the crowd, the whispers of ancient secrets. Down in the village, the Inverashri Heritage Center offers a glimpse into the lives of the people who called this place home, from the Pictish tribes who left behind their enigmatic carvings to the crofters who worked the land for generations. Their stories are woven into the fabric of this place, waiting to be discovered. The spirit of the Highlands runs deep in Inverashri. This is a place where ancient traditions are kept alive, where the old ways are celebrated with a fierce pride. You can feel it in the air, hear it in the music, taste it in the food. Every summer, the village bursts into life with the Inverashri Highland Games, a celebration of all things Scottish. Imagine burly men in kilts tossing cabers that weigh more than a small car, the skirl of the bagpipes echoing through the valley, the colorful swirl of tartan as dancers twirl and leap. But it's not just about the big events. It's the everyday traditions that make Inverashri special. Stop by the local pub on a Friday night for a céilg, a traditional Gaelic gathering filled with music, dancing, and storytelling. You might not understand a word of the songs, but the rhythm will get into your bones, and the warmth of the welcome will stay with you long after the last dram has been drunk. Section 5. A wee dram of delight. Let's be honest, no trip to Scotland is complete without a taste of the local firewater. And Inverashri has plenty to offer, from the smooth, smoky flavors of a single malt whiskey to the crisp, refreshing bite of a local craft beer. Head to the Inverashri distillery, nestled on the banks of the River Aviemore, and learn the secrets of whiskey making, from the malting of the barley to the aging process in oak casks. And of course, no visit would be complete without a wee dram or two of their finest single malt. But it's not all about the hard stuff. For a truly local experience, seek out a bottle of heather ale, a traditional brew made with heather flowers and honey. It's surprisingly refreshing with a slightly sweet floral taste that's perfect for a warm summer evening. Cheers, or as they say in Gaelic, slán math. Section 6. The spirit of Inverashri. There's a certain magic to Inverashri, something that's hard to put into words. It's not just the scenery, although that's certainly breathtaking. It's not just the history, although the stories are etched into every stone. It's the people. The people of Inverashri are the heart and soul of this place. They're warm, welcoming, and fiercely proud of their heritage. They'll happily share a story or a song, a dram of whiskey or a cup of tea. They embody the true spirit of hospitality. Spend an evening in the local pub, listening to tales told with a mix of humor and heart. Share a meal with a local family, savoring the flavors of home-cooked dishes passed down through generations. You'll quickly discover that in Inverashri, you're not just a tourist, you're an honorary member of the family. Section 7. The Call of the Wild. For those who crave adventure, Inverashri is a playground waiting to be explored. Lace up your hiking boots and hit the trails, following ancient paths that wind through forests and up mountainsides. Feel the spray of waterfalls on your face as you hike to the top of Ben Inver, the highest peak in the region. Paddle a kayak across the still waters of Loch Aviamore, surrounded by nothing but the sounds of nature. Cast a line into the river Aviamore, hoping to hook a feisty salmon or trout. And for the truly adventurous, there's always the legendary Inverashri Challenge, a grueling test of endurance that involves hiking, biking, and kayaking through some of the most challenging terrain in the highlands. Just make sure you're in shape and pack a hearty lunch. Section 8. A Feast for the Senses. Forget your fancy Michelin-starred restaurants. In Inverashri, the real culinary treasures are found in the kitchens of local homes and the cozy pubs that dot the village. This is food that's honest, hearty, and full of flavor, made with fresh local ingredients and a whole lot of love. Imagine tucking into a steaming bowl of cullen skink, a creamy soup made with smoked haddock, potatoes, and onions. Or how about a plate of haggis, neeps, and tatties, a traditional Scottish dish of haggis? A savory pudding made with sheep's offal, oatmeal, and spices, mashed potatoes and mashed turnips? And for dessert, you can't go wrong with a slice of cranachin, a delicious concoction of whipped cream, honey, raspberries, and toasted oats. It's the perfect way to end a meal, or to fuel up for another round of exploring. Section 9. Inverashri, After Dark. As the sun dips below the horizon, painting the sky in hues of orange, purple, and pink, a different kind of magic settles over Inverashri. The stars come out to play, twinkling like diamonds scattered across a velvet cloth. The air grows still and quiet, except for the occasional hoot of an owl or the distant bark of a dog. Step outside and look up. With no light pollution to obscure the view, you'll see more stars than you ever imagined possible. It's enough to make you feel small and insignificant, yet strangely connected to something bigger than yourself. Gather around a crackling fire, sharing stories and songs as the flames dance and flicker. Listen to the locals tell tales of mythical creatures and ancient legends, their voices hushed in the darkness, or simply sit in silence, soaking up the peace and tranquility of this magical place. Section 10. The journey is the reward. Getting to Inverashri might not be as simple as hopping on a plane and checking into a 5-star hotel. It requires a bit of effort, a willingness to venture off the beaten path. But trust me, the journey is half the fun. Rent a car and hit the open road, following winding roads that hug the coastline and climb through mountain passes. Stop at charming villages along the way, each with its own unique character and stories to tell. Take your time, savor the scenery, and don't be afraid to get lost. Because in the end, it's not just about the destination, it's about the journey. It's about slowing down, disconnecting from the hustle and bustle of everyday life, and reconnecting with something more authentic, more real. It's about discovering the hidden gems that lie just beyond the familiar, and embracing the unexpected adventures that await. Section 11. Until next time, Inverashri. As I raise a final dram to my lips, the smoky sweetness of the whiskey mingling with the memories of my time in Inverashri, I feel a pang of sadness knowing that it's time to leave. This little corner of the highlands has gotten under my skin, wormed its way into my heart. But I know I'll be back. The call of the wild, the warmth of the people, the magic that hangs in the air. It's addictive. Inverashri is a place that stays with you long after you've said goodbye. So if you're looking for an adventure, for a chance to escape the ordinary and discover something truly special, come to Inverashri. I promise you won't regret it, just don't tell too many people about it. Let's keep this our little secret. Slainte